Hey, 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 can people hear me? I don't know if you can hear me, but welcome, welcome, welcome to day 19 of the Bounce Beyond Limit series. So if you're joining me for the first time, I'd like for you to just say hello, tell me your name and your location where you are joining me from. So if you can just go ahead and put that in the chat box, that would be awesome. I want to say welcome to day 19 of the Bounce Beyond Limit series. It's been a very beautiful journey in the past 19 days, and I just wanted to say that I wanted to be able to discuss how starting a digital business has completely changed how I live and show up daily. If anybody told me about even a year ago that I would show up life confident, doing what I love to do, trying to help people, I probably say no. But I just wanted to share with you a few things today. I know for a while we've been talking about so many things about mindset, faith, entrepreneurship. We've been talking about different opportunities. But today I want to really focus on what I wish I knew before starting a digital business. I just want to be real that it was not smooth at the beginning. It wasn't smooth at the beginning. There were lessons, there were steps that I took wrongly, and a lot that I did not know. So tonight, I'm just pulling back the curtain to share what I wish somebody had told me before I ever got started, so that you can as well skip the trial and error. So whether you are just curious or you are already building a business, my goal tonight is pretty simple. I want to be able to, help you move forward with clarity, confidence, and peace. So I'm going to share a bit about my story, and if you have been following along for the past 19 days, I've shared my story about how I was stuck in a routine that did not align with my calling. So I had to show up every day doing what I had to do, but deep down, I knew that there had to be more for me because I knew that I could not just continue that 9 to 5 rat race, earning the same pay, saving little or nothing, still having bills piling up for me, had debts that were piling up for me, and I still did not have the quality of life that I wanted, neither did I have the time freedom that I craved for. I also felt like I wasn't doing enough for my kids, right? Because I wanted them to have the best, but I thought that I was just trying to juggle everything, but I was really drained. And this is exactly what led me into looking for opportunities online. I started searching for something that offered, flexibility, some kind of purpose, and also simplicity. So I was looking for not just any kind of digital business, but something that was simple, something that I could follow, because my 9 to 5 is pretty busy. And I was looking for something that I could do around, the regular 9 to 5 and still show up for my kids and have that work-life family balance that I'd always craved. So I did not want to keep trading all my time just to pay bills and all of that because that is what most people are doing, trading their time, they are paying bills. And the cycle just continues year in, year out. And suddenly they realize that, boom, it's time for retirement. What exactly have I done, to save for retirement? If some people are not careful, they will find that at the end of their X number of years of working, they will still probably not have anything saved for retirement. The way things are going, the way we have inflation, people are complaining about the increasing prices of groceries, rent is getting more expensive, mortgages are on the rise. So many things are kind of going haywire, and people are wondering, is there anything better for me out there? Is this how life is going to continue to be? I wanted something that I could build without sacrificing my peace or my values. I wanted something legit. I wasn't just after every kind of opportunity that people showed out there. I wanted something that would help me build without sacrificing what was dear to me, my time and also, the kind of balance that I wanted. And that's when I actually found about digital products, and eventually I came across the Daily Cash Flow Legacy program. And that caught my attention because I was looking for something different from the norm. And I realized that in the past, bought different programs, different blueprints, I'd signed up for different digital courses and all of that. And I felt very much overwhelmed. But I realized that with this particular one, it wasn't just a course, it was a full system. And not just that, a step-by-step pathway, mentorship, and had everything that I wanted set up for me. So I was first of all happy that I did not have to build from the scratch. I was looking for something that could act as a game changer for me. And to be honest, one of the things that caught my attention was not just the fact that people were earning, $900 daily, people were having different $900 payments. It was the fact that it was as simple as you can imagine, that even grandmothers and grandpas were able to understand it and also earn consistent income from it. As a matter of fact, the founder of the program is in her 50s, and she has not only been able to help over 52,000 members, she has been able to build at least $5 million in 2 years of promoting digital products. And I said to myself, if a grandmother can do that, that means that I can also do the same thing. If somebody who is not tech savvy can do this, that means that this is definitely something that I should pay attention to. So I also realized that I did not have to be perfect. I just needed a plan, because many of us, just like me, when it is time to start programs or get into something new, we're always looking out for, perfection, looking out for when the time is right to get things done. For me, I had 1,001 excuses. I said to myself, well, when am I going to have time to do this? I have to drop my kids in school in the morning. I have to get to work. I'm not done until around maybe 5 o'clock. I have to go pick up kids. I have to take them for sports. I have to do other things. I have to make dinner. I had so many excuses, and I said, I don't think this is something that can work for me. But then I realized that they did not just only have a plan that we could follow, they also helped us to master working around our regular 9 to 5, with just putting in 2 hours a day to build the business. But then I asked myself, where am I going to get these 2 hours? And I realized that, well, Funky, you've got to cut back on chatting with people unnecessarily. You're going to have to cut back on being on the phone and whining about your problems. You're going to cut back on just doing irrelevant things. You may have to sacrifice maybe another 30 minutes of sleep and get up a little bit earlier. So I have to ask myself, well, is this doable? Is it worth it if I sacrifice all those things to build the legacy that I've always dreamed about, right? I've always dreamed about. And the truth is, I saw that I could actually do it. So I knew that once I had a plan, I just needed to follow it consistently. One of the things that people lack, one of the virtues that people lack, is consistency. Yes, you want to earn income, but I find that most people are consistent when it comes to their deliverables in their regular 9 to 5. So most people are okay with, them, being given action items at work and ensuring that they are consistent. And most people are consistent because their salaries are tied to those tasks. So you don't deliver, you don't get paid. You don't deliver, you probably get fired. But when it comes to running a business, I find that they're like, well, I don't have time. And they give you the excuses. But the problem is that when they get fired unplanned for, they start looking for a plan B. But the best time to actually look for a plan B was yesterday, not even today. Because the truth is that there are no guarantees when it comes to a regular 9 to 5. Because even companies are not guaranteed of income. With so many political and economic factors attached to the way companies earn income, nothing is guaranteed. So why wait until something major happens before you start looking for a plan B? So the best time to have searched for a plan B would have been yesterday. But then if you are looking for that plan B today, it's never too late, because they say better late than never. So I find that people want to do this, but then they come up with excuses. You would see them so dedicated to the 9 to 5 that it becomes difficult to find time to build a legacy just working 2 hours a day. Meanwhile, they will come back from work, turn on Netflix, cross their legs, and probably doze off on the couch. But then, what if you started working towards building your retirement? People are going to retire at one point or the other. Even if you're 25, they're going to retire at one point. As a matter of fact, if you are a teenager, if you are 18 and above, or you're in college and you're listening to me right now, I think you're really fortunate, because if I'd heard all these things when I was in college, I probably have a different life. But for me, I feel like it's never even too late to start building the life that I have actually always dreamt about. So I just have a question for you. I don't know whatever made you search for income online, but I'm curious to know why you are looking to earn income online. So if you can drop the comments for me in the chat box, I would appreciate that. I want to really see what is making people curious about, earning income online. So let's talk about it, because if you don't have a reason, if you don't have a why, then you may not be motivated. For me, I have 1,001 reasons why I want to earn income online, besides, having that dream life? What about building the legacy? What about being able to meet the needs of my kids at any point in time without having to set the balance or like evaluate the balance in my bank account? Or what about you, if you have a family and you find that you're always at loggerheads with your spouse because your accounts are never balanced, you are never in agreement when it comes to financial decisions? What about that? What about people that are having so much hardship, right? They are working even multiple jobs, but they still cannot save even $500 a month if they live in North America. And that is why you would find out that there are many people who, when they get fired, they probably get homeless within 3 months in North America. And that's exactly what's been happening. So there are so many things that I wish that I knew before starting my online business. First of all, I would say that I was overthinking things because I thought that I had to be tech savvy. But guess what? I realized that no tech savvy skills are needed here, because when I started, I had so many questions. Honestly, I was overthinking everything. But you know what? Looking back right now, I'm like, there are a few things I wish somebody had told me from day one. Maybe that would have allowed me start a lot earlier. Because sometimes whenever I consider the benefits of promoting digital products, I'm like, I wish I knew this even 7 years ago when I was about having my second son. I wish I knew this a long time ago, because I would have taken like a different route. Maybe my decisions would have been different. And that's exactly, whenever I think about it, I'm like, I wish I started earlier. But guess what? If you are still in that wishful thinking mode and you are filled with regret, it's time to just get away from that mode. Because like I said, it's better late than never. It is possible to still do something tangible with your life, regardless of starting a business later than you think you should have started the business, right? So I thought that I had to be tech savvy, and I realized eventually I did not have to be tech savvy. I was intimidated by, the thought of having to build my own website. Whereas in this program, it's already done for you. In this program, it's plug and play. The tools are already built for you. The structure is already done. All I had to do was to show up and follow the steps. So one of the things I thought I should have known before starting was, Funky, you do not need to be tech savvy. You could have started this a long time ago. The second thing I wish I knew before starting was that all I needed was consistency. Showing up in the good, in the bad, and in the ugly moments, because I didn't have to do it perfectly. All I just needed to do was do it daily. So the way you pick up your phone daily and text somebody, or the way you're going to pick up your toothbrush and brush and stay consistent, is the way you could actually stay consistent with your digital business so that it's going to grow. There were days I felt that I was really stretched thin and I didn't feel like showing up. Oh, I've had days like that. I mean, over and over again. But I realized that I just needed to stay consistent. And that was going to help me pay my bills and even have more than enough. Another thing that I wish I knew before starting was that this is not a side hustle. It's a real business. Most people want to get 6 figures from a side hustle that they're not taking seriously. Now, let's imagine that you earn 6 figures from your regular job. The only way you can get that is that you're showing up regularly. You are not late for work. You are not dropping the ball on your deliverables. You are doing your best. And I find that most people do so much at their 9 to 5, looking for promotion that is not guaranteed. And the funny part is that even when they get promoted, they probably won't even get more than just a few dollars of raise every month. And then they work so hard at it. But when it comes to a business that they think they are doing by the side, they don't treat it seriously. They just feel it's like, it's a side hustle. Well, whatever, whenever I have time, I'm going to do it. But how are you expecting to get full-time income from something that you have just taken with levity? Because you know that whatever you sow is what you reap, right? So you want to get full-time income from something that you have taken on seriously. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all, right? So I have to tell myself that it was time for me to get more serious with the business. I even found out that when they told me to put in 2 hours, I was still playing around the 2 hours and just doing other things that were not important. But let me tell you something. When you start treating your business like a real business and not just like a side hustle, it will begin to pay you like one. There's something else that I discovered, I discovered that mindset and mentorship were very important. And this is something I wish I knew before starting. No matter how great the system is, no matter how great the business is, and even if it's going to give you so much value, the problem is that most people have their mindset screwed that even when they see gold in front of them, they might call it something else. So I found out that mindset and mentorship matter. And I found out that it wasn't something that I could figure out all by myself. And being in a supportive environment helped me grow faster than I would ever think I would do. I've had people that would tell me, well, all this information is on YouTube. But do you know that we have millions and millions of videos on YouTube? How many of those videos do you want to go through that would give you the confidence that you need? You would find that you would be saddled with extraneous information that it would overwhelm you. But then I found out that I just needed to follow the blueprint by somebody who had made at least 6 to 7 figures. And guess what? When I got onto the legacy program, I found out that the mentor had made our first 6 figures in 6 months, maybe even less. And then in 2 years, she's made at least $5 million. Oh, I have a question. I don't know what kind of job you do, but then if you know that your job is able to pay you $1 million even in 3 years, well, good for you. But I bet you that the average person would not earn that even in 3 years. Somebody has made $5 million in 2 years promoting digital products. Do you think I'll be trying to reinvent the wheel? Of course not. I'll be interested in following the blueprint that he or she used. And that is exactly what is helping over 52,000 people in that community succeed. And then if people come and say the program does not work, it is because they have not followed the blueprint. The blueprint works. Because I tell you that in my first 7 days, I followed the exact blueprint where we were taught how to launch to profit in 7 days. And I made my first 4 figures. I mean, over $4,000. That was in my first week of following the blueprint. At the beginning, I kept asking myself, who am I to really do this? Am I sure I can really do this? But then the other part is, why can't I do it? Somebody else has done it. And not only one person. Thousands of people are promoting digital products, but then the ones that are promoting it and succeeding are the ones that are following the blueprint. And so I told myself, if others can do this with the same tools, the same system, the same training, then I can do it. And so can you. And this is for people who think that, well, these things are not true. These are all gimmicks. But I just want to let you know that this is not a gimmick. It is something that is working for a lot of people. Only if you work it out, only if you stay consistent, only if you take out the fear of the unknowns of, well, I don't think I'm tech savvy enough to do this. You don't even need to be tech savvy. You don't need to be tech savvy, or I don't even know what to post. But guess what? You already have for you a done for you system, a done for you content vault that tells you what to post, weekly masterminds, recorded videos that are given to you on a daily basis, a huge community of people that are like-minded that want to support you. So tell me, what exactly is that excuse? Now, what do you really get in the Daily Cash Flow Legacy Program if you decide to get into it? Now, I just want to break down what you actually get inside the program, because it is not just another course that leads you to figure things out on your own. It's a complete system. And what that means is that you get what? Step-by-step training, and you get a roadmap. Each day is mapped out for you with a step-by-step video training. And then you don't have to start guessing what to post or what to do. It's all laid out for you because the content plan helps you to stay consistent without burning out. And guess what? That is exactly what I use. I know what I'm supposed to post for the next 90 days. So I can never get stranded with content. I'm never going to get stranded because I have a blueprint that is working for me, and not just working for me, helps me to stay on track. So there is not an excuse of, I don't know what to say, I feel stuck. No, you will get to know what to say. You would also get to know how to approach your perfect customers. You would also get to know how not to do cold messaging or sending people DMs, because you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. So you get step-by-step training and a roadmap. You get done for you systems. So you don't even need to build a funnel. Some people say, well, I don't have a sales funnel. How am I going to get people to pay me? How are they going to know what I'm offering? It's done for you. It's just a plug and play system. You don't need to build a funnel. You don't need to set up email sequences because it's already done for you. You don't have to figure out tech because we have a whole tech support team that will provide support for you. Everything is already done and ready to use. Your job is to plug in, personalize a few things, and start sharing your journey, just like I am sharing my journey. And this is what has been paying me. The other benefit you get in the Legacy Builders program is that you get 100% resale rights. That means that when somebody buys through your link, you keep all the profits. So that means that if you decide to go for any of the digital programs, because we have 4 of them, we have the $100 program, which is the Launchpad. We have the $300 program, which is the Passive Daily Blueprint. We have the $600 program, which is the Digital Mastery. And then we have the $900 program. If you buy any of those programs, and what it means is that you have the ability to sell. People are going to be able to buy through your link, and you keep all the profits. Somebody may say, well, am I selling stuff to anybody? Well, the question is, you're offering a service, and the service is what? Knowledge, education, e-learning products. That is exactly what you are offering. Just like you will go to Walmart and buy a cup of coffee, or you're going to buy yourself a box of coffee, or like a bag of onions. When you pay Walmart, when they give you the bag of onions, that means they've given you value. They provided you something that you can use to make your food. So you're also offering a service. And this is why this is not a pyramid scheme, because this is not a program where you bring 2 people to bring another 2 people to get paid. There's nothing like that here. What you get in this program is education, branding. You get yourself a full system that is done for you. You get your email sequence, and then you're offering value. And that value you're offering to people is what? Education, e-learning, right? People, because there are a lot of people who are online, they want to make money online, but they want to learn how to be content creators, but they don't even know the do's and don'ts. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to brand themselves. They don't know how to stay consistent. Well, this program teaches you that and even more, and also gives you the ability to resell, and then you keep 100% profits. That is exactly what you are getting from the program. That's what you're getting. And there's no middleman. So there is nothing, this is not a program where you have to wait for the end of the month to get paid checks. You don't get paid checks here. You get paid cash. You get your money straight into your bank account. So somebody can pay you through Stripe, through PayPal, through Zelle, through Cash App. They can pay you through crypto. So you can get paid in any of these ways. And that alone gives you full control of your income potential. You are not sharing profits with anybody. Now, the question is, how would the platform get income? How are they sustaining the platform? Well, there is a one-time $39 website fee, and that fee is paid to the platform, and that is how they're able to run the operations of the platform, because we are actually on School. So School is a platform. There are costs associated with keeping that kind of platform on School and on Kajabi, and that $39 will cover for things like that. It goes straight to the owner of the platform. While you, as the master resale rights person, is getting 100% of the commissions whenever people buy the digital product. And that is awesome. I like the fact that I have full control over my income, and I don't have to wait, for a certain time to get paid. Another thing that you get would be templates and scripts. So you're looking for the right words to say, hooks, captions, content outlines. These are all included in what you get in the program. It doesn't even matter if you don't want to promote their program, but you get to learn how to promote any other business. So how about people who are promoting different affiliate programs, different crypto programs, whatever it is, and they don't even know what to say without sounding salesy, right? Some people just come, you just know that they're trying to sell something to you. You don't get to pitch anything to anybody here, right? Here, whether you are posting videos, reels, or stories, you have what it takes to show up and stay confident. That's the thing. Many people want to do this, but they don't even know what to say. Like, they are not confident, but this helps you to show up online with confidence. And that's exactly what everybody's looking out for. Because if you don't show up confident, people are not going to take you seriously, because don't forget that people would only buy from you when they know you, when they like you, when they trust you. And how do you think your perfect customers will trust you when you are not consistent? How are they going to trust you when you don't show up confidently? Imagine you coming to say, well, I think that this program, I think it will pay you some money. I'm not sure. No, you can do that. You're looking for something that will help you stay confident in everything that you are doing. And I can tell you for a fact that these skills that I've learned in this program have helped me to build confidence, not just online, but actually at my job. Because guess what? I still have my 9 to 5. It doesn't stop me from doing my 9 to 5. For some people that think that, well, I cannot quit my job if I can do this. Well, there's no room for laziness here. You don't have to quit your job if you don't want to do that, because you only need to put in 2 hours in 24 hours to do this, not even 5 hours. And all you need to do is stay consistent. And then the beautiful thing about this also is that you don't even need to have been done with the entire modules in the program to start earning. You can literally set up within 2 to 3 days and start earning income in your first week of being in the business, because that is exactly what I experienced when I joined. I was set up within, I think, three business days and made my first income that same week within 7 days. And then many of us will go to university, we'll go to college, and then it's going to take us a few years to be done, or maybe if you're going through an associate degree or whatever it is, maybe shorter. But then, is there any guarantee that the moment you are done and you get a certificate, is there any guarantee that you're going to get paid all you spent for that education? As a matter of fact, there are people who finish up school and they are still having so many school loans, a pile load of school loans. But here I am telling you about having the autonomy to choose how you want to live your life, having the ability to gain control over the income that you earn. Nobody's going to gain that control for you if you don't take charge. And it all starts with what? You having the right mindset. It starts with that. So like I said, you're going to get community and mentorship because you're not doing this alone. There is private mentorship, and there's a group for that, even in that group, where you can ask questions, you get feedback, and you stay motivated. So it is important that in your journey to earning income in your online business, it's important that you stay around like-minded people, because the truth is that you may likely fail if you surround yourself with negative people. I know people that the moment they hear about programs, they think everything is a scam, and then they start trying to discourage you, to give you a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do it. But guess what? I got rid of people like that a long time ago, because if I did not, I would probably be crying right now. Yeah, because they're going to tell you it doesn't work. They give you 1,001 reasons. Oh, no, this is all scam. But then guess what? They will come back to you asking you to help them financially. That's what's going to happen. They're going to come back to you asking you for help. So why don't you just focus on what matters to you? You are in this journey by yourself, but with the right people, not with people who are naysayers. Naysayers will not pay your bills anyways. They will not. So I had to learn to get rid of negative-minded people, people who were going to dampen my morale. And guess what? They will dampen your morale and they will still not give you a dime. And so when the chips are down, they will just sympathize with you, not because they genuinely care about you. They will sympathize with you in front of you, but then they will go behind you and laugh at you. And then they will come back waiting to see where you are in life. They are always looking for status updates about your life. Not because they care, but because they want to go mock you behind. Guess what? You'll be alone in your retirement, either enjoying it or regretting. So, but then the decisions you take right now, decisions you make right now will determine whether you would enjoy that life or not. Because some of those people who have mocked you or have discouraged you may not even be there to save you during that time. So you're going to get community, you're going to get mentorship and all of that. And I want to reiterate, you don't need perfection. I found out that I did not need to be perfect. Before I'll think about my lighting has to be good. Yes. I have to be in the perfect place to do it. I thought about all those things. Well, my hair always has to be made up. Guess what? When I started this one, I had a low cut. I did not even care. I had this low cut. I was going through midlife crisis and I did not care. I cut my hair. But guess what? I still made my money anyways. See the point? So nobody really cares how you look like. The question is just come, show up authentically. Just show up the way you are and share value. People are going to appreciate you for giving them value. And the moment I learned that, I said to myself, I think I got the deal. It's time to go on. But then what I lacked at that point was a plan. So I came up with a plan and I added consistency to it. And I found out that, I could just use my weekends to plan my content. I could use my weekends to, work out my plan and discover what I want to share the entire week so that I don't ever get stranded. So, but before I go, there's a story that stuck with me and I want to share with you guys. I'm going to be sharing about somebody called Daryl, somebody in our community who reminds me of why the system works. Working full-time as a welder at some point, a father, somebody who never saw himself doing anything online. You know, when he actually joined, he didn't even have a brand. He wasn't a content creator, but he was consistent and showed up. So I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to be able to see what other people are doing to earn that income. So let's go ahead and, hear Daryl's story. Okay, let's do this.
As a matter of fact, I can't wait for Daryl to share his journey that he has done since he's been in the community only since January 15th. So Daryl, you're with us?
Yes.
Yes,
Man, I'm
thank
just
you.
fired up. It's good to hear all the testimonials and stuff, man. I love coming on these webinars, and it's crazy. Like Christy said, I think she said she said that when she got in the community, she started looking at people and was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And that was my whole thing. When I joined and I come in and I see Victoria and Amy and Tim, I'm like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm just kind of old school. I'm like, we all put our pants leg on one leg at a time. Everybody's got the same training, the same mentor. So what can keep us from doing it? It's just us. So, but guys, look here. I'm just excited, man, because I'll tell you guys this. So, first of all, a little rundown. I used to, before I came online, I was a welder, and I welded at a company for so many years, 10, 12 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week. It's over 100 degrees in there. Working on anniversaries, working on birthdays. I'm talking about kids' birthdays. I missed out on everything. It was just, it was almost like legalized slavery. I mean, it was just bad. And it's funny hearing the whole thing about Party City, where 16,000 people are going into January with no job. And I'm pretty sure they didn't give them a 2-week notice either, because jobs don't do that. But I was one of those people who I know exactly how, what they're experiencing or fixing to experience, because I got called to the office on a Tuesday morning, and I got the axe too, because they decided to go in another direction. And, this was a job I was at. I was a 3-time employee of the month, a brown noser. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that old term. That's where you're just doing everything you can to get to the next level. And that was me. I laugh at it now, but I gave that job everything, and I really thought I meant something to them, but I realized that I didn't. And so when they let me go, they didn't say, hey, Daryl, we're going to give you 2 weeks to look for another job. We know you got a mouth to feed. We know you got to put food on the table. They didn't say any of that. And that's when I realized jobs just don't care about you. You're just a number. A job is just looking to make a profit off of you in any way, form, or fashion. So after hitting on hard times, guys, when I lost my job, I got separated from my family, and I had to go stay in a shelter. It's crazy. It was a dog, like a dog animal shelter that got turned into a homeless shelter. And it was me and 16 other guys. But, and it taught me a lesson. I guess the toughest thing for me was just looking back when you give a job over a decade of your blood, sweat, and tears, and you think you have the little get-togethers and you're like the Christmas parties, and you really think these companies care for you, but they just don't, and so I hit on hard times, and I just told myself at the end of the day, I didn't want to work for a job. I didn't want to work for an employer. I wanted to try to find something that I could spend more time with my kids and not have to work 12 hours a day, because I had become accustomed to that for like 10 straight years. And so that's when I came into the online space, guys. And, I didn't know much about it. And I did a couple of things. I did a variety of things. And, just back here in January, I discovered digital marketing. And the crazy part about it is, when I joined this program, guys, I did a live about this. On January the 6th, Michelle, of this year, I had both my wife's car and my car was 3 months behind. They were fixing to get repoed. I was a month behind on my rent. I was fixing to get evicted. I don't know how. We didn't have groceries. Like sometimes I want to bring my wife on here and just share, because I know sometimes people may not think I'm telling the truth, but guys, I'm telling you, just as sure as I'm dark skinned, I have no lies to tell. And the crazy part about it was, I had $6 on January the 6th of this year. I had $6 in the bank, and I was a life insurance agent. I was booking a house call. I was booking house calls. I was in a lady's home, setting up an appointment with her, and I was waiting for HIPAA to come back to see if she's going to be approved. And while I was waiting, I was just scrolling on Facebook, and I seen this post where this lady made a post and she said how she made $600 working 2 hours a day. And I just stopped, and I love it because, again, it's all about relatable content. She showed up. She was consistent, because had she not showed up, who to say I would be here? But she showed up. And make a long story short, guys, I got information and I joined 2 days later. And I'll tell you this, man, it's just crazy how your life can change in like the blink of an eye. Because I went from having 2 cars that was fixing to be repoed, a month behind on my rent, to being able to pay off over $40,000 in debt. Both of those cars are paid off. I bought another new car, and I've done a variety of things. But the best thing that I love the most is that I'm able to not have to trade my time for dollars. I'm able to spend more time with my family. I'm able to take my wife out on nice dates. I'm able to spend time with my kids. This is all what we crave: true time and financial freedom. And when I joined, I told myself, I said, man, I want to make a 100 grand, because I saw everybody in the community making it, right? And I remember Michelle said her goal was to create 1,000 six-figure income earners. But when you don't understand what you really have access to, which I didn't understand the power of digital marketing, because I was really new to that. And the 100% profit, and guys, I made like 100K in my first like 4 months. And then I went on to make another 100K in 4 more months. And I am at $299,000 right now. So I'm like $1,000 away from 300 grand. And it don't even seem real. Like last year in 2023, I made $62,000, guys, working like a dog. And like I've like quadrupled this income. But what I've learned is the skills, man. I can take this wherever. I love the fact that we have a 2-hour workday. I can create a couple pieces of content, and I can go live. And guys, I can just share my story and take people on my journey. And this is what it's all about. It's hard to even believe that I wake up in the morning and I create 3 pieces of content, guys, and I'll go live and share this opportunity. And it's crazy how you can make 10K. And I'm just an old country boy down here in the sticks. Like, I don't have no degrees. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to build no websites. I'm just following exactly what almost 48,000 other people have access to, guys. That is the blueprint that Michelle has created. And I just encourage you guys we're going up into 2025, man. There's just so much that we got going on. And I want to take you guys on this journey. And I'm going to say this, man, I have had some mentors, and Michelle, you are like the best mentor that I've ever had. Mm-hmm. I have never been on a training, guys. I remember when we first launched this program, we were on a training. She was on there for like 5 hours. It seemed like. You do not find millionaires on training calls, like literally investing in you without you coming out of your pocket, paying a lot of money. It just doesn't happen. And I think that is a testament of who she is as a person. She loves people. She invests in us. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this journey. I've learned something from everybody. I didn't get here by myself, guys. I got here from learning from her, learning from Amy, Tim, Victoria, a lot of people. And it's just a blessing. I want to say, I know I'm long-winded and I get to talking it up, but man, I'm just so excited about where my life is right now. And it's crazy, man, how you can look up one day and not even know how you're going to even put $10 worth of gas in your car, to looking up and you got mid 5 figures in the bank. Like it don't even seem real. Right. And so again, guys, I just encourage you guys. A lot of you guys been coming here for a while, man, you are in the right place. You are in the right place. You got great mentors, great coaches, great leaders, a great community, like training. Everything is it's immaculate. And so I just encourage you guys to just come on this journey with us, man, and be a part of this, because, man, you have an opportunity to make 6 figures in 2025 just working 2 hours a day. I know that seems like it's not going to happen, but the fact that we're able to promote programs where we earn 100% profit is unbelievable. So again, just grateful and thankful, man. I'm so excited. I'm hoping I hit this 300K, but if I don't, I'm still just blessed, because I know that in 2025, I really feel like I'm going to like triple that just from the skills that I've learned. And so again, just appreciate you guys. And guys, it's go time. And I'll leave you with this one more thing. Guys, go off into 2025 not being poor. And that means don't go off into 2025 passing over opportunities repeatedly. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. This is where you want to be, and we want you here. So appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you, guys.
So guys, can you imagine that? Did you hear that part? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. That's being poor, actually. Being poor is not necessarily equivalent to you not have money in your account, but then opportunities keep coming and then you just keep passing over them repeatedly. But guess what? At the time that Daryl did that testimonial, it was below, it was at 299. Now Daryl is way over, I think over 400,000, maybe, let me know, maybe at least I would say above 350,000. And let me see if I can show you, what is happening in that community. Let me look for Daryl. Oh my goodness. We have a lot going on that group, a lot going on the group. And for those that think that, well, everything is a scam, well, everything is not a scam, because let me see if I can find Daryl's testimonial. I want to see where he's at as of now. Let's see if I can find that really quickly. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I don't want to waste time on this one, but let me just, I want to share how the community looks like, because I want you to see what is happening exactly here, so that I don't just think I am imagining things. So let me go ahead and share. I'm going to share my screen again, and then you're going to see what is happening in the community. So this is the community. It's called the Digital Good Community. We actually have 52,700 members. I was going to say dollars. That's what happens when you like money. So guess what? 52,700 members. And then I want you to just see the wins. Somebody said, well, some people, for them, their wins is that they went live for the first time. Because guess what? Going live for the first time seemed like an Herculean task. And then this person said, well, I went live for the first time. Another person said, I got $900 ding on a Monday morning. Can you just imagine, what would $900 even do for you? Even if you're not earning that daily. If you make that every week, times 4, that's $3,600. What could that possibly do for you? Would that help you with some car payments, mortgage payments, maybe even child support payments for those that pay child support? Who knows, right? Another person said $900 working full time. Somebody said TikTok post reached 3,041 views. Finally hit 200 people on TikTok appreciation. Website is live. Can you see all of this? People are actually still getting their wins. First lead, somebody went through a certification, got that done. Just trying to let you know that it's not just about the money, but what about the confidence? What about the personal discoveries, right? Somebody said, I made $100 sale before noon, and this is just today. Another person said $900 sale today. So do you think this is a fluke? It is not. Somebody said, well, she made $700. Probably she made a $600 sale and another $100 sale. Somebody said $1,282 just today. So do you think this is something that we are playing around with? Another person said $900 to start the week. Glory to God. Yes, this is exactly what is happening on the platform. And then when I was telling you that you have done for you content, this is not just the part where you get the modules. We have another portion where you get the modules. But even just looking at the classroom alone, see what we have here. We have a Freedom Print, like a 90-day program going on right now. We have mindset training, how to get started. We have social media training, right? Content vaults, how to do 6 figures in 6 months. So guess what? You cannot go wrong with what is being offered here. You can go wrong with it. What you have here is real. And you are not alone. When I said you're not alone, you have thousands of people in the community ready to support you. And of course, you've got to gain ownership. You have to take your business like it is real. You have to take ownership of your own success. And that comes with you being dedicated. That comes with you being consistent. Nobody is going to help you succeed if you're not willing to succeed, or you think you are failing even right from your mindset. That is just it. So Daryl's story is very inspiring. Did you see where he mentioned that he did not even have money for groceries? They were going to take their cars and it was late. He had a late payment for his rent. Do you know what it means if you cannot even pay your rent for like a month or two? You know you're going to be facing the risk of eviction, right? And guess what? People are getting evicted day by day in North America. And if you live in Africa and you can still manage with a family friend or go stay in your father's house, you're lucky because in North America, you're not going to get that. You're going to have to work to earn that money. And there's no excuse of, oh, you lost your job. So you have to be up and doing anyway. One thing he said was he did not try to be perfect. He just followed the blueprint and he stayed plugged in. That's it. He didn't actually even overthink it. He wasn't overthinking. He wasn't like, well, he just got it done anyways. He didn't try to create something. And this is my advice for you. If you are starting fresh, you know you don't have a product to promote online. This product is already done for you. It's a digital product. You don't even have to try to reinvent the wheel or create a new product. It is something that you can do by yourself. That is, it's already there. Just promote, follow the blueprint. Because if you have to create a product from the scratch, it's going to cost you money. You know that, right? It's going to cost you time. You're going to fail a few times, try to fix things, try to get things done. But why not promote a done for you product? It is already done for you. And it takes you a few days, like within a week, you are up and running. And you can actually get your first $900 pay within the first 1 week if you follow the blueprint. I'm not saying this because it's something I heard. It's something that happened to me. That's the thing. And it is very possible to earn 5 figures a month from this program following the blueprint. That is the truth. But then the hardest thing for me was coming out of my comfort zone. I had so much fears. I had so much. So let's talk about the real fears that have stopped people from getting started. Because for me, I've heard it all. Honestly, I even thought I had most of the fear myself. Like I talked about being tech savvy, you know. I thought I had to be tech savvy, but this system is already built for people who don't have a tech background. So you don't need to code anything. You don't need to build websites. If you can follow a video and copy and paste, you can actually do this. Therefore, those that say, well, I don't have time, I'm too busy. Well, you probably will not be busy if, God forbid, your employer tells you that they're downsizing, because it could happen to anybody. And so then you get so idle, you're not looking for what to do. Why don't you get yourself into having that plan B and working out the plan B quickly? Because you never know if the plan B would ultimately become your plan A. And guess what? You don't even need 5 hours a day. 1 to 2 focus hours can change everything if you are consistent. And guess what? What am I doing right now? I am doing my focused hours. So 2 hours a day, I spent an hour, you know, creating my content, preparing for my life. And then this final hour is for my life. That's it. And I'm done. And I can go do other things. And that has not stopped me from doing my 9 to 5 or spending time with family and friends or even doing other things. You can also spend time. In those 2 hours, you would set aside 30 minutes for personal development because, of course, you have to develop yourself. You have to watch the trainings because they give us extra trainings on a day-to-day basis. That's it. So you can't say, well, you don't have time. And then for those that say, well, I've tried before and I failed. Same here. I've tried so many opportunities. And if you're listening to me and you want to share what you've tried before and failed, please put it in the comment box because guess what? You are not alone. We all know that we've tried before and we failed. But I realized that I did not fail entirely in those other opportunities. What was missing for me was that I did not have a system. I didn't have support and I didn't have the right strategy. I was alone trying to figure things out myself. And that is what led to me feeling like I didn't have results. But this is different because it is structured. You are not just winging it. You're not just winging this opportunity. You are building with a blueprint. That is the simple truth. And therefore, people that will say, well, what will people say? So you mean that they're going to be seeing me on social media? I can't even do this. But guess what? We have an entire faceless branding or a faceless blueprint that would actually help you build your profile and build your business faceless, where you wouldn't show your face, but you can have voiceovers, you can have done for you reels that you can promote. Because no matter how great your opportunity is, if you have your opportunity and you hide it under the chair, nobody's going to know what you have to offer. It's like somebody having a barber shop and then nobody knows it's there. It's not going to get anybody come cut hair there. Or you have your own McDonald's, you buy a franchise and it is hidden in one corner. Nobody knows you're there. If you're not going to have sales, you're gonna get bankrupt, or you're gonna just close up the store one day. And that's exactly what happens with even digital products. You have products, you need to brand yourself, you have to show up for your business. People need to know what you offer. And let me just tell you, before I used to be shy and I used to imagine what people would think, or because I had other opportunities I was trying to do, maybe other businesses, and I'm going to say, well, what if they start asking me, why am I promoting other programs? Guess what? I don't care. Whoever does not pay your bills should not give you any kind of headaches. That's the simple truth. You are doing something that is legit. You are doing something that is credible, something that is honorable. You are providing value. So why are you going to be shy because you're providing value to people? You are worried about what people will say. You're worried about people that are not adding money to your bank account. Have you ever paid your bills with worry or what naysayers would say? Do your thing. The world is so large and the sky is so large for people to fit in. Do your thing. You don't have to worry about what people are saying. Of course, because some people have workplace conflicts of interest and that won't allow them to show their faces. That's fine. But there is a blueprint that allows you to build your brand faceless. So gone are the days where you're going to be shy or worried about what people have to say. It doesn't matter whatever anybody has to say. See, if they don't pay your bills, their opinion should not count. The people that really matter will support you. And for those that have criticized you, they are not paying your bills. And if they are not careful, they will come back begging you to help them when the chips are down. So don't let the fear of opinions stop your breakthrough. So which of the fears is actually holding you back right now? Can you just drop it in the comments? Let's talk about it. What are you afraid about? What is bothering you? Like, what exactly are you scared about? And so if this is resonating with you and you are ready to stop guessing and you want to start building, here is how to take that next step. I do not know what platform you are joining me from. If it's Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and you've not subscribed, please go ahead and just hit the follow button, the like button, right? And you can join this daily cash flow legacy program right now. I mean, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access, no monthly fees, no hidden charges. Just go to dailycashflowlegacy.com. And here is what happens when you sign up. You get instant access to the 90-day roadmap. You get instant access to the 7-day launch to profit program. You get the done-for-you business system. You get scripts, you get templates, you get mentorship, and you get community. You also have a real path to follow, not just information that would overwhelm you. There's a real path to follow. That's the simple truth. Let me just share with you quickly. Let's go to dailycashflowlegacy.com together. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen really quickly and then you'd see how to get started right away. So you're going to go to dailycashflowlegacy.com and it's going to take you to a page like this. It's going to show you, there's going to be a webinar, like a short video that tells you what the business is about. And then you're going to see testimonials from people. Let's see if I can enlarge this for you to see. See, testimonials. We have people, $1,800 a day watching my son's tournament, $10,000 for match completely smashed. Marsha says she made $1,350. Another person said $1,500 in dings, another $2,000. The thing you need to ask yourself is, what if my life would just change completely with just this one program? And by me just taking a risk on myself. For me, I took the risk. I took a chance on myself. Yeah, I did. Somebody made $5,000 in 8 days, $3,350 at some point, $28,350 in a month. How many people even earn that in their job in a month? Straight to their account. Another person said $900, whatever it is, he made $900 and all of that. And so if you go through this and this makes sense for you, click on, yes, I'm ready to have a successful online business and leave a legacy. And can you see 100% done for you program? And then you can see, and then it tells you about the different programs we have in this main program. So we have a Launchpad, Passive Daily Pay Blueprint, Digital Mastery, Legacy Builders. So this is what we have here. and this can actually change your life. So you can click on yes, get access to legacy.com, and then you can actually put in you can just pay. And there are so many ways to pay. We have credit debit card, we have Stripe, we have crypto, we have Zelle. So there are so many ways. And then you can see my name here and then my website here. You're buying from me. So when you sign up, you're going to have something similar to this. That's what you're going to have, right? So this is not something that is difficult. It is something that can change your life. And then if you have questions for me, please feel free to drop it in the chat box, or just go to my, you can send me a DM and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So I'm going to be here again, same time tomorrow, sharing more details about, how to build your digital business. So this is not just about telling you about the program, but telling you about things that could help you in your online business, no matter what it is that you are doing. No matter what program you are promoting, you need to find a way to get your product, your service, or your program in front of your perfect customers. And this is what you get following the digital program that we are here to offer you. You learn the skills, you learn the branding, and it helps you to stay consistent and motivated. So what I want to say, thank you to everyone that has joined me. We've gone for almost an hour long, and we probably will do the same thing tomorrow. Thank you, and I will be in touch again tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of the day or night, wherever you're joining me from.